Presenting the conference in this way allows us to be more inclusive than ever.
iOS 14, macOS Big Sur, kind of sounds very close to the Big Mac, but anyways, iPad 14 and a lot more that was announced at this year's Worldwide Developers Conference. The Apple ecosystem is going to be looking very different from what it is, so here are some key announcements made at this year's WWDC 2020. iOS 14 brings to the iPhone an app library which now organizes apps in one easy view at the end of your pages. It also stacks together some of the most commonly used applications. Picture-in-picture now comes to Apple, and Android fans are flexing because yeah, it's been there for a while now. There are new widgets on iOS 14. Now these widgets are customizable and can be placed on the home screen, which radically changes how the home screen will look on the new iPhone. Siri gets a more compact design, so instead of coming on the entire screen, it will now come as an animated circle, which is less intrusive, I feel. There is also a new universal translator that's been added to iOS 14, which lets you translate voice notes online, and it's a great feature for people who travel a lot.
What are your store hours?
¿Cuáles son las horas de su tienda?
There are some new memojis, Apple CarPlay gets an update, and there's a new way that you can unlock your car using your phone. So these are some of the updates that are coming to iOS 14. The new iPad OS 14 is getting a sidebar which can be used to access tools and other features, and it's more like a quick access window that you get. Notifications are much smaller on the new iPad OS 14 and even iOS 14, and the Apple Pencil gets a new feature called Scribble where you can just write and it can be converted into text. The AirPods are getting spatial audio feature which gives you a more immersive cinematic experience and surround sound, and that's coming to the new iOS. Moving on to Watch OS 7, which now allows you to share your watch faces over social media and with other people. It also gets a new fitness tracking activity which tracks your dance workouts. And get this, Apple has added a hand wash feature which makes sure that you wash your hands for at least 20 seconds before you're done. And now to the macOS Big Sur, that's the new name, Big Sur, which gets a control panel on the top right where you can customize different applications where you want to access quickly. It also gets a translucent menu bar, which kind of looks like what you have already seen on the iOS. And again, now you get widgets on the macOS, which you can also customize like what you saw on the iOS. And the biggest announcement of the evening was that Apple has finally parted ways with Intel and will now be using its own silicon ARM-based processor in the upcoming Mac. Apple has been aiming for increased performance with low power consumption, and Intel was just not living up to Apple's expectations. This move also makes sure that iOS apps, iPad OS apps will work in the Mac OS ecosystem, which makes it more intuitive. Apple has also announced that it is working with Microsoft and Adobe to make sure that their apps run smoothly on the new Mac chipset.